Here we go. Welcome to Kickstarter Pause. Cool new graphics. We're still playing with everything we're doing. You guys might have heard that Indie Advocates is becoming comic book advocates. We're really excited about it. And we're also excited about our guest today. I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell you everything he's creating. And please do tell us the pitch about the book. Take a minute and really tell people why they got to back your book.
Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Michael Oden. I am the writer and creator of the comic Elysian Fields. We've got a campaign going up on Indiegogo right now. The basic premise of the book is it's a tournament-style battle royale between mythic heroes from all sorts of different global mythologies. It follows Achilles, who's been brought in to this tournament and is being promised his greatest desire fulfilled if he helps Hades win back his title of Lord of the Underworld. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the basic premise of the book. It's really, you're going to be seeing a lot of really cool stuff. The campaign that we have going on right now is for our 0 issue, which will serve as a bit of a prologue to set up the series. That's pretty much the gist of it. We're setting up our series, and things have been going pretty well. We've got about 40% of our Flex goal funded, and so that's me.
And we have a special little guest with us too. Your little boy's joining us.
Yeah. My son is there in the background, banging on the window.
And this, again, shows what creators are doing. Jax is right next to me. You guys who watch these show all the time have heard Jax. This is real life for creators. We do 2 things at once, and that's just how we roll. Let me ask you a question. Why not a video on Indiegogo?
I actually just got one up.
Oh, well, let's take a look. Let's do it. I love hearing that. So we're going to go right to this video. I'm always happy. Oh, look at that. It's got a video. Okay, we're piping it in, and we're going to start our show off strong with a great new video. This is brand new. And because he's the guest, I don't think he'll gong himself. I think this is
I've watched the video a few times. That me and the guy that made it, we made sure that we kept it short, sweet, to the point. I wrote out like a small little statement that pretty much does an overview of everything. We wanted everything to be contained with under a minute.
All right, let's see how it went. And we will get this on the site.
All right. Hey there, welcome to the Elysian Fields crowdfunding campaign. Thanks for giving us a check out. Elysian Fields started off as just a game between friends. Nerdy kids debating which mythic heroes would win pitted against each other. Over the years, as things grew, this became a concept I fixated on, knowing the potential that it could have as a story. Now it's a living thing, and for it to succeed, I need you. So come check out our Indiegogo campaign and see what you can do to bring Elysian Fields issue 0 to print and beyond. Thank you.
As I said, short, sweet, to the point. That's what we wanted.
And it works. It really does work. I think that's exactly what you need. And I do know, because I do my homework, and I was happy enough to get...
What's up, buddy? Okay, you can show me in a minute.
If you want to go see that, I'll take over for a minute. And
yeah, absolutely. Hold on 1 second. Let me go take a look at what he's trying to show me. Come on, buddy. Let's go see. I can't go through the house.
As Jax attacks me, we're going to go over the Kickstarter Pause and exactly what is Kickstarter Pause, and then we'll get right back into what we were just talking about. So Kickstarter Pause is a program brought to you guys by us here over at Comic Book Advocates, and we're super excited to bring you a show that does great things. As I'm being attacked by a little kid. Hey, enough. No hands. Be a good boy. He's just excited. He just got out of school, so he wants to run around. So Kickstarter Pause. And you see Camila there. By the way, if you haven't seen Camila's video, you have to see that. Great information, great stuff. So here's how it works. Who wants to play? Well, Kickstarter Pause is a game where the guest sits down, or in this case, our host today, and they watch all the crowdfunding videos. We are advocating for them. They hit pause when their interest is lost in a video. This is a fun way to teach creators about attention spans and what works and does not work for the video. Want to be a guest? Have a crowdfunding campaign? That's what this is all about. And you can feel the energy coming off of things when it comes to these amazing projects from some of the videos, and some of the videos might need a little bit of help. So nothing here is to judge a creator. It's actually to help and inspire a creator to know what people are actually looking for in videos. And we're helping to get people to feel like they can be part of something. And remember, to be part of something, be more than just a fan, become an advocate for comics and comics in general. Forget the indie, forget the underground, and just make it about awesome comics. And with that in mind, we're going to check out right now, and we're going to welcome back in. Hey, how you doing there? And
we're back.
And we're gonna start our first video. You ready?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So here's the final days, and I'm just going to move this out of here because I just got a messenger, so I got to answer that. This is the final days of Modern Godhood.
Yeah, I'd actually seen this campaign. It looked interesting.
All right. Yeah. Did you see the video?
I haven't seen the video yet.
All right. Very cool.
Hey everyone, I'm Frank Marn, writer and creator of Modern Testament.
And I'm Braden Cox, the writer and creator of Reclaiming Godhood.
They were both our first books and originally came out at the same time with the same publisher. Similarities go deeper than that.
Although they focus on different ancient mythologies, Modern Testament and Reclaiming Godhood are about bringing those mythologies into a modern society and seeing how those universal themes are still relevant.
Right, I'm going to pause.
All right.
God.
Go ahead and explain to everyone why you felt like you've lost interest in it.
Okay, so I understand what they're trying to do with explaining the pitch to people and trying to get them to understand and everything. But I honestly feel like when you're doing a video to promote your book, you're promoting your book. You're not promoting yourself. Like, show more of the interior art. I can see that they've reused a few of the same shots. Use this as a chance to really bring your art forward and make it pop, and focus less on what you have to say. Make it short, sweet, and to the point. Like, at the end of the day, most people are only going to be going through a video for like 30, 45 seconds on something like this. If it starts to go too long, they're just going to be like, oh, okay. And then they'll scroll down. Like, it's just, to me, it's a bit of a waste of time. And I've been through this campaign. I've read the concept. It sounds really interesting. I'm a huge fan of Greek myths myself, as you can see from my own campaign. But like, how long is this video? Like, it's been going on a hot minute after I said pause.
I think it's 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Oof, yeah, no, that's way too long. That's like, people don't even tune into music videos for that long. They go to a different thing. So within 15 seconds, you go from showcasing your artwork to talking about your book. That's what your bio is for on the page. And if people have questions about it, they can always shoot you. They can either leave things down in the comments or shoot you emails. And that's where you can really shine as a creator, is talking to your audience and letting them know. So if you want to have that conversation, great. Have that conversation direct with your fans, but you don't need to pack all of that into a video.
And I completely agree with you. Actually, it's one of the things I say all the time is think about your audience. Don't think about yourself. Yeah. And I think many people are thinking about what they have to do. They have a list of things they want to do. Some people do like that in interpersonal. My camera's off. You can't see my hands. I'm doing hand gestures. Yeah. They like that interpersonal back and forth with the creator. So sometimes that works. And each their own, but a shorter video is usually best. I do agree.
Yeah. And that was my whole thing, is that I noticed that it was still, like, even after I said pause, it was still going for a hot minute. And I was just like, man, ooh, I really dig the concept. I like the idea of Jupiter trying to reascend to his peak as the king of the gods in a modern day time period. That's really interesting, but allow that concept to sell itself. The big way that you're going to catch people's interest is art. And that was actually a big thing that I made a mistake on my campaign. You mentioned before, like, why no Indiegogo video? And a lot of that had to do with, I jumped the gun on a lot of the stuff in my own campaign, and it's been a huge learning curve. And I've learned from a lot of the mistakes that I've made already, and moving forward with this concept going forward on future campaigns. So yeah,
that's all we can do is learn from it. And speaking of, let's learn about Merrick, the sensational Elephant Man.
Ooh.
To introduce Mr. Joseph Merrick. Doing so, I ask you, please, to prepare yourselves. Brace yourselves up to witness one who is probably the most remarkable human being
So this is essentially turning the Elephant Man into a superhero. That's actually, I dig that. That was awesome. That was actually really cool. Oh,
Married the sensational Elephant Man.
All right, I guess I'll pause there because I don't think that him coming on the screen to talk about this is necessary. I felt like he had a great wrap up point there when he had the credits. Not that I don't want to hear what this guy has to say, but like, you had a really cool quote from the Elephant Man to open it, and then you had this really vivid showcase of the interior art in a way that was dynamic and really drew in interest. And then you had this closeout with the credits that were, these are the people involved, and I felt like that's all you really needed.
And that makes sense. I get that. All right, so Haunting doesn't have a video. We're just going to give it a shout out. Haunting, a supernatural horror comic. All right, this is Caleb Thrust, who has Super Cats Halloween.
Hi, I'm Caleb Toussaint. I'm the writer and creator of Super Cats Halloween. This is a really fun children's picture book and comic book with artwork by Angela Odling of the fantastic webtoon series Detached. This is a story about relying on your friends when things are rough and never being afraid to ask for help in times of need. I think this is a message that's really timely with everything that's going on right now, and I'm excited to bring it to you in the form of this kid's book / comic.
So I'll pause here. Just again, a lot of the same mistakes that we've seen going on is not showing enough of the interior. Like, you have a very big webtoon artist that that will draw in her fans from her webtoon comic, and we aren't showing. Like, I feel like the moment that her name was brought up, it should have been, we're focusing on the artwork.
And that makes sense. We're being joined by another guest, Evan. What's going on, dude? How you doing? Tell us who you are, and I'm going to go quiet down the kid.
Gentlemen, how are you? Yep, my name is Evan Posios. I'm the writer and co-creator of Johnny Phantasm, which is currently on Indiegogo. And I am the writer and co-creator of Time Grunts, published by Caliber Comics.
And because you're on the show right now, why don't we take a look at your actual Kickstarter video without pause? How cool would that be?
Awesome. Thank you.
So here we go. We're going to show some love to our guest, just like we did our first guest. And oh, there it is. There we go. This is Johnny Phantasm.
It's such a cool video. I've actually seen this campaign before.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want you to both know that you're making my life very hard, both of you today. I don't back Indiegogos, and not because of any reason. Forget the politics and the things that they say about Indiegogo. For some reason, I have trouble getting my charge card to work on Indiegogo all the time.
It's funny. We actually did have one person who's interested in backing reach out and say he had a similar issue and was wondering if he could just PayPal directly. So we're kind of working that out with him on the side.
I've actually had one or two people as well. So if you are interested in doing that, just I'm sure offer extends to him as well. Just let us know and we'll make that happen. Because I've got my own spreadsheet set up. So
yeah, because I've been having I have friends who go to Indiegogo and I'm like, oh man, you're killing me. This is going to be a war with my charge card. And I don't understand why. It's a business, but I don't know, something about it. It trips up. It's always a security thing, and it's a pain. It locks my card. Usually I get it on the third try, so I'll definitely be investing fighting time with the charge card today for both of you gentlemen. I thank you for both being on here. I waited to get here, Evan, to ask this question. Why Indiegogo over Kickstarter? And we'll start with
Gotcha.
We'll start with me?
Yeah, Mike. Why did you pick it over? And then we'll go to Evan.
So I think a lot of it does have to do with that. You have those prominent figures that have been using Indiegogo over Kickstarter for a while now. And then on top of that, when I was looking at what both were offering, I liked the fact that this is my first campaign. I wasn't sure how much I should be expecting to come in, what have you. And I knew how much I needed to make in order to publish the book. So I wanted to make sure that in case I didn't hit flex goal, I could still get the money that I needed to make the book, and that the people who bought into the campaign would still get the product. And that's ultimately why I chose it, is the fact that I don't have to hit my flex goal in order to get my product to my consumers And like that's like probably my biggest regret is that I think that I set my flex goal a bit way too high because again, first comic book and everything. So a lot of the decisions I made were me being a bit dumb about it. But it's a learning experience, and I know what not to do for next time. But it was as I said, that's why I went with it, is so that if I didn't hit that flex goal, I'd still be able to get books out to people. I'd still have the money and the resources to do it, as opposed to Kickstarter, where if I had set a flex goal and not achieved it, all of the money gets returned and nobody gets the product, and now everyone's frustrated.
And Evan?
Yeah, I think for us the most attractive feature with Indiegogo was the in-demand store. We sort of intentionally put a sort of low threshold so that we could go in demand as soon as possible, and it's basically like having a free online storefront for as long as you'd like to keep it up. As long as I think you have to have 1 or 2 sales a month or something like that.
Yeah, and I literally just got the in-demand thing on mine, which was really exciting. I went and I was looking at my campaign, and it gave me the in-demand option, and I squeed. I was just like, yes!
Oh yeah, definitely utilize that.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. All right, guys. So let's move on with the show. Evan, you know how to play, right?
I do. I'm a little bit familiar, sure.
All right, cool. So as soon as you see something that wants you to pause, because there's 2 of you now, we'll do it in when one of you calls out, we'll ask the other, do you want to keep going? And if they want to keep going, we'll keep going. Otherwise, we'll stop and discuss. Red Hyena still has a broken video, so we don't have anything to show, but we're just going to showcase it on the show. And that's the end of our last rights, meaning that those Kickstarters are all the ones about to end this week. And we're going to start off with Further Out. This is the Super Shorts Podcast, Season 3. A unique take. In between creating comics, they actually have audio dramas that they're trying to get to you guys and need a little bit of funding. So check this out.
First of all, COVID-19 has caused Morgan to not be able to get a haircut. So please excuse his wolfiness right now. Yeah. Also, we could not use the public park area that we wanted to record in because they literally took everything from the park. Like there's not even tables. There's not even a slide there. So we're here in the front yard, in the front of pretty much. So
all right, cool. I was tired of being the bad guy.
And both of you wanted to pause at this point?
Yeah, like I get what they're trying to do and connect with the audience, but show us the book.
Well, there is no book in this. In this, it's an actual audio drama. So they don't know.
This is an audio drama. Okay. Well,
yeah, so to their credit, they actually do have to win you over because they're the ones going to be doing the podcast.
Well, never mind then.
No, but I mean, it did get your attention. I don't think they got to it fast enough.
Yeah, no, and that's true. I think that they were busy trying to like joke around and make themselves seem a bit more personable. No.
I think Evan's on us for a minute. He'll be back.
Yeah. I actually need to go get my computer plugged up or else my computer will die. So give me just 2 seconds.
Sure.
Grab my charger. I thought that it had a good enough charge, but...
Don't play that.
An all-ages tale that teaches morals with farts and shows the power of imagination that will entertain everyone in your family, including the parents reading the book. Thank you for hitting play and allowing us to introduce you to Cat Dad and Supermom, the award-winning Farts with Morals storytelling awesome adventure that people seem to love. And we could keep going that way. We could use words that could try to get you to be excited and convinced to buy it, but I'd rather just be honest with you. I'd rather be humble with you and tell you why I created the story. You see that little boy over my shoulder, right over there, and the other side, the Supermom, and The big elephant that farts, all of that is based on my boy. He's a special needs 5-year-old who I love with all my heart. And he has made me a better man and has taught me what unconditional love is. So if this story is about him, the standard had to be higher. That's why I got one of the best artists in the world in Raheel Mohsin. I got Chuck Pino, who's done such great work as an editor and as a writer himself. All right, there we go. I played the video just to give us some time. There's the little guy now. How you doing, buddy?
He's doing well. He actually needs a diaper change.
Oh, do you want to continue playing the video, go change the diaper, and come back?
Yeah, you know what? We're actually going to set up inside because there are no outlets out here, unfortunately.
All right, so I'm going to switch. We're just going to play the video, and you got 2 minutes, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Here we go. An all-ages tale that teaches morals with farts and shows the power of imagination that will entertain everyone in your family, including the parents reading the book. Thank you for hitting play and allowing us to introduce you to Cat Dad and Supermom, the award-winning Farts with Morals storytelling awesome adventure that people seem to love. And we could keep going that way. We could use words that could try to get you to be excited and convinced to buy it, but I'd rather just be honest with you. I'd rather be humble with you and tell you why I created the story. You see that little boy over my shoulder, right over there, and the other side, the Supermom, and the big elephant that farts, all of that is based on my boy. He's a special needs 5-year-old who I love with all my heart. And he has made me a better man and has taught me what unconditional love is. So if this story is about him, the standard had to be higher. That's why I got one of the best artists in the world in Raheel Mohsin. I got Chuck Pino, who's done such great work as an editor and as a writer himself, to be part of this. Both of them became co-creators because of how much passion went into this. It was about passion for creating a top-notch story that was meant to entertain your entire family, and I think we did that. The rest, they're all keywords. They're all ways to convince you to do it. Truthfully, this is a story that matters to me, and it had to be one of the best stories that I wanted to share with you. It advocates for people who get bullied, and it advocates for the right things to do when you see someone get bullied. It advocates for being a better human being, but it also represents my son. And because of that standard, because of the fact that my son is in this book, it had to be one of the best things I could create probably in my entire career. Anytime my son is attached to something, it is that high of a standard for me. So if you're looking for a reason to back this Kickstarter, it's because, well, because I love my son, and I wouldn't put anything out with his name on it that wasn't amazing. Thank you for watching, sharing, and backing Cat Dad and Supermom, and Ella Fart never forgets. And we're hey guys,
we are joined with the little one.
Hello, little one.
Say hi.
Oh, let me turn on my camera. I didn't realize it was off. Hi, buddy.
Hi,
How you doing today?
bye.
Very cool. All right, so that
will help us with Kickstarter Pause, James.
All right, guys, you just saw the video for Kickstarter. I mean, for my Kickstarter, Cat Dad and Supermom.
Yeah.
That ends on May 10th. This is the Princess vs. Zombie. Again, no video, so we just get to say hi to it. Same thing with Into the Suck.
Yes,
but that's also because the creator, Keith Thomas, is no longer with us. And this is a memorial project that we're continuing to push past the moment of his death, and it's continued on. Great credit to CB Zane for all he has done. So we really appreciate that. This brings us to Driver 8, issue 0. Check it
A simple note starts a concerto. A tiny pebble starts an avalanche. Thus it is with all things. The smallest thing leads to the largest. And so it shall be, day in and day out, until humanity's last day.
That was awesome.
All right, they got through it. So there's not much for us to talk about. Good job, guys.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the next one. So I do a little bit of freelance journalism for a site called Up Your Geek, and I actually linked up with the writer of Terra Olympus, and they gave me an advanced copy to review. And this book is awesome. So I haven't gotten a chance to watch their Kickstarter video, but I hope that it is as good as the book, because the book was great. Like, completely blown away by it.
Well, let's figure it out. Let's take a look.
The only note I have is that I do think that a little bit of a voiceover in that first section would have been really good. Like, if they could have gotten a female voice actress to read some of the main character's dialogue, I feel like that would have made it a bit better. But then once you hit that explosion, it's perfect. Like, it's a perfect length video. I like the instrumental that they've got going on in the background. Gives us like an interstellar kind of vibe to it, which is very much the kind of thing that he was going for. As I said, having read the book, it's really just outstanding.
It looks amazing. That Sean Keating does a great job. So
yeah,
Red Talon number 1 and 2.
No.
Here's the cover for Red Talon 2. This is the very first copy that's ever been printed. If you guys decide to back the book, what you're going to get. 18 pages from Ron comic story. It's published through Starcross Comics. It's a second book. You can also pick up the first book in this Kickstarter as well. That's what the first book cover looks like. Here's Talon and his allies. They're going to be introduced. We have Maoki the Wolf, Red Talon, Night Eye, and Calyx. We're going to recap
from the first issue, and then we jump into the book.
So I'm gonna pause. I get what he's doing, and he's trying to showcase like this is the physical product. But I don't think that I think that would have been like a really cool thing to do at like the end of the video is to be like, hey, here it is, here's it in print. But like I think walking us through it the way he is doing would come off as dry to the audience. And I don't, and especially with, I can't see how long the video is, but it looks like it's around like 2 minutes and 30 some odd seconds or something like that.
Yeah, it's a little long.
Yeah, there's just too much with that.
I always do say, especially if you're going to be doing something, a shaky camera is a very bad thing. Evan sent his apologies. He said sorry for his pause because he got stuck on screen. He can't get a strong signal. But thank you, Evan, for coming on and talking to us about your book. That was super awesome. All right, we're going to head on over to Beautiful Dreams, Beautiful Dreamers, a coloring book by Jinky Coronado.
Coronada.
I'm Jinky Coronado, and this is my Kickstarter. My project is called Beautiful Dreamers, and it's a high design, high quality coloring.
We're not going to be able to play that. I apologize to the audience. I suggest you do it. I don't know if you heard it in the background. The music it's playing.
Oh.
That's copyright. We cannot play a copyrighted song. We got in trouble with YouTube 2 years ago. We just can't allow it. So, well, you know what? Maybe let me see if I can mute our. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can mute it and at least try to play it without the music. So bear with me 1 second. Let me set it. All right, we're not going to be able to hear a narration. You can pause it anytime you want. It's copyrighted music. The song actually starts playing like full blast.
Well, I mean, for a coloring book, I think that this is really solid. You know, you want to showcase people what you're going to be coloring. So I don't really see any red flags, and it's kind of hard to give a judgment without hearing what's going on.
And Evan had said, just as a heads up, he says, was going to say, this is what he got cut off, that starting your video with a disclaimer makes me nervous to purchase. That is true. Why do you need a disclaimer at the beginning of your video, right?
Yeah.
All right. So one of the I've seen this one. This is from our good friend, this is Loco Hero, and I don't know why it's missing its top here. We're going to have to fix that in post, but here we go. Let me start up the sound again.
Hi, everyone. I'm Monty Moore. Welcome to the Maverick Art Studio, where today we are bringing you Loco Hero. It's a passion project of mine, and it's the first time I've ever done a creator-owned, self-published comics project. So the idea came to me in 2014 when I was at the San Diego Comic-Con. I was moving along in front of the convention center, and on the one side of me, a group of super.
What do you got?
So this is all stuff that I feel should be written in his about on the thing, but again, like, and this is just beating a dead horse at this point. I feel that your promo video should be displaying your product, and it's very clear that his product has gorgeous art. Just based off of the covers, and he's a veteran of the industry. But
I'm just letting it
with him starting this with this very, and you can tell that he's just getting started. This very long explanation of what brought him to making this book and everything. It's like, this is something that I would read if your promo video grabbed me, right? I feel like if you're doing a promo video, you should be displaying your product. Maybe have like 5-10 seconds of like, this is what it's about, just so that people know. But like, to go into like a full drawn out goodness gracious, he's still going. How long is this video? I cannot hear you.
I muted myself. I said, actually, I know Monty, and he's actually getting really into the story, and it is kind of deep, because check this out. The main character has PTSD, and she gets hit in the head, and she doesn't realize that she's having dissociative disorder, which means she can't realize if she's in reality or not. So she's seeing these fight scenes as different places than they really are.
And that's really cool. However, I don't like it. I feel like that's something that I would write down, and I would have that be in your about section. Like when you go, and don't get me wrong, I'm not putting mine as like a gold standard or anything, but when you go to Elysian Fields, you have your promo video up there, and it's 45 seconds. It's got enough about what made Elysian Fields, and then it's got it's mainly interior art. And then you go down in the about section, and that's where I go through and I do in-depth explanations on things. Like I have my full-on plot synopsis. I have all of that. And that's where I would kind of try and talk about that stuff and really go into detail, is catch the audience first. I feel like a promo video should be a hook. It's like you are your own announcer at a wrestling tournament, right? Like you have your mic guy that does your announcement and brings you into the arena. That's your promo video.
And that makes sense. I do want to say, though, I think Monty was also trying to reach out to his audience in this video, because he does have a supreme big following.
And that's fair.
Yeah, because I do think that when you hit a certain status, I think they do want to talk. I do like, though, I want to say this about the video. In the background, if you're watching the whole time.
Yeah, you've got the interior art, which is really pretty. And that is something that I would get. Like, the artwork of this book is gorgeous. And I've actually seen Loco Hero around on social media, and it's one of the projects that I do plan on contributing to. Because I do think it's got a very interesting premise. And first and foremost, with this being comics and comics being a visual medium, it's got great art.
Yeah. I love the tagline, reality is overrated.
Yeah. No, it's got a lot of zing in it. And then, oh, look.
I have to get the video up here. We do know it. This is, of course, your project. We got to see at the beginning of the video. The battle, the Royal of Legendary Heroes has begun. And I like that. It's got a good tagline.
I tried.
No, it works. It really, because I have to read these, and I'm usually probably the first person sometimes who actually reads it out loud. I don't think a lot of creators read what they write out loud. And I can tell because of how clunky it is when I'm trying to read it for them.
One of the big lessons I got from one of my greatest teachers, which was my AP literature teacher in high school, was a title and a hook line are two of the most important parts of a story, an essay, whatever. This is what draws an audience in. So I went through like 5 or 6 of those before I was married to one. It's something that's very important to me.
Now, Sunny 2, no video. I don't know why there's so few videos with this whole pandemic going on. Maybe people are just rushing to press now, just getting it out, and there isn't as much reach to get videos.
I think that there's a good possibility of that, because there are a lot of pros that are starting to announce that they're doing their own. Like, they don't care that they've been given like pencils down and what have you in the main line. They're going to be starting their own projects. I know like Sean Gordon Murphy has been doing promo. He's doing an Indiegogo soon. And a lot of creators are getting onto this wagon of crowdfunded projects. And I feel like there is going to be a very big paradigm shift in the industry soon, and that's affecting a lot of people right now, because they want to get their stuff out there while they still have control, a bit more control and less competition in the market.
And that makes sense. And our last video from Larry Holder is here. It's Otis. I think we're muted. There we go.
God, that's pretty. That looks really cool. I had not heard of this, but I am definitely going. Is this a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo?
This is an Indiegogo, because anytime you see a YouTube video, generally speaking, it's YouTube doesn't have Indiegogo doesn't have a direct share like Kickstarter does, so we have to bring in the YouTube video. I have to actually just start taking the YouTube video itself from YouTube, because when I take it from them, it offsets it weirdly from Indiegogo.
That's weird. Yeah, that's interesting. But that was impressive. I hadn't heard of that campaign before, but that looks really cool.
Yeah, and do me a favor. We're gonna do some cleanup, and I know you have kids to kid to take care of. So tell everyone where they can follow you.
So as I said, you guys can follow me. Obviously, I've got my Indiegogo up, and that's the big thing. I have a Twitter, which is at Elysian Fields 0. I'm fairly certain. And it was at Elysian Fields Comic 0. And yeah, those are the two main places we're working. This campaign will also launch my own publishing imprint, 9 Realms Publishing, and so I'm working on building the Facebook site for that. It's under construction, and soon that will be available. And yeah, those are the big places to follow us. I hope that you all check out Elysian Fields. It's been fun being on this Kickstarter pause. Thank you, Rob. Once again, this is awesome. And yeah.
Well, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you doing the video. That video, I think, really matters, and I think that'll help you level up. I appreciate all the feedback you gave. And remember that the power of a single dollar is important. $1 can, just a single dollar, can help make dreams come true. Every dollar is a declaration of support and belief. It helps the creator and the team behind the book. Just $1 helps create new worlds and keeps creators creating. And if you're going to create a book, check out Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, 2nd edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding by Madeline Holly Wazing and Christy Shin. And if you want to be featured on this, just send us an email. We'll happily have you on. Sylvester Elmans is going to be soon joining us with Realms of Spirits, and Lilith and Mary are coming to this program. Thank you guys for being part of this, and I thank our guests for their time today and juggling real life to be here with us. I appreciate that, my friend.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure, and I think James had a bit of fun too, so
I'm happy
on that end.
I'm happy. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week to do more pausing on some Kickstarter videos. Make sure you back Mike's project. It's awesome.
Thanks, Rob.